All right, it's almost spring. It's Tuesday afternoon. I'm GQ dropping in with your local swell tracker. Thanks for being here. We're starting off with the swell periods that you can see. Swell coming down right here, passing us by. At this point, we'll let the models reload here, and we'll show you. We're looking at south swell kind of passing us by. Oh, well, we're kind of right in the mix of some south swell right now with 18 to 20 seconds. It's just going to get waist to shoulder, maybe head high. For Wednesday. Here comes the big 18, 20 second, 10, 15 foot west-northwester for Thursday. For forerunners hit Wednesday afternoon. And then on Monday afternoon, we have something getting near 8 feet with 16 seconds on it from a system far, far away. The big one that's coming Thursday, the system got under 1,000 miles away. The fetch did. There were two phases of the storm. So here's some swell trains also coming up from the South Pac, but it looks like it's going to hit us, but it doesn't. These models kind of show, well, swell trains, the longer they travel, they tend to get those brighter colors, but it doesn't necessarily mean swell size for us. But the South Shore is trying. Looks like this next round of swell is going to be it till the end of the month, but we'll wait and see, as models are not in total agreement. Okay, we'll start with the models last Thursday, the 14th, to show you where this last north swell came from. That got up to about 5, maybe 6 feet. Here she is right here at the beginning of her journey, and she got right on top of it with two portions of the fetch. And there it is. That's the reason that spinner right there led to the winds and the north swells that we've been seeing. It's on its way out, but it was still lots of fun today. That nearby system also took away our trades. We've been seeing light and variables with southerly flow, afternoon sea breezes, cloud buildup, that typical scenario. Now, this next system's really a whomper and has somewhat of a captured fetch, moves towards us. The second phase of the storm nears within under just about 900 miles away. So that thing fills with 18 to 20 second forerunners Wednesday afternoon from the higher wind portion of it in the early phases. And then with this later phase, the winds are lighter, but the fetches are nearer. So we're looking at 10 to 12, maybe near 15 feet on Thursday. And then we'll see some waves from this portion on Friday in that 8 to 12 foot range. So now we'll bring you to today's models for Tuesday afternoon. Here she is moving our way with that captured fetch and some 30-plus foot seas. It's going to be a big swell with long periods, and the outer reefs will be breaking by dawn on Thursday. She does fade out as we head towards the weekend. And then there's a hurricane force system that stays way up there by Kamchatka and the Kurils. It stays over just about 2,000 miles away. Still, due to the severity of the winds, see some 4 to 6 foot open ocean at 16 seconds. Yeah, for Monday afternoon, should get 4 to 6, maybe near 8 feet at Sunset Beach, but it does stay kind of far away. So we'll wait and see. That's probably a little wishful thinking about the 8-footers on Monday afternoon. Okay, now let's go down under. We'll show you what it was like a week ago from today. It was on the 12th. It was Tuesday. Here's a little bit of a fetch. It sends most of its energy off as the swell periods where I first showed you were heading off to California from this sweep right here. These guys, are bringing us our waves, and then this is the secondary portion for today. This current swell's got some 18 to 20 seconds in it. There she is right here, moving west to east, mostly zonal, but there are enough of a fetch to bring us in what we were seeing. And then after this, things go really zonal and all just sending its stuff off to Chile and South America mostly. And we're not looking too good after this next swell to the end of the month. Okay, current models, there you go. Just one last look. You see a lot of blues off the east coast of New Zealand and all the storms just staying way far south down by the Ross Ice Shelf and not really tracking up our ways. The models do hint of this big guy right here about 7-8 days from now. We're going to hold on making any claims on that one. All right, the jet stream is really broken up here. A lot of troughiness over the islands. Therefore, the weather, the light winds, trade winds do reestablish over the weekend, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. They're back, but then we get some more troughiness later for middle of next week, which will again veer the wind southeast. So like once a week, we've been seeing this scenario between trade winds and then to south variable winds. So a strange pattern going on right now. These high pressures that have been kind of dominating have been weakening the jet flow and bouncing it up by the Aleutians, and yet forming down over us and off to our east. Not good for solid ground swell, although we do see some exceptions. And down under, the jet's overall very weak and very zonal. We need it to point up our way with a meridional flow, they call it, and we don't see that a chance of things changing towards the very end right here, Wednesday the 27th. You can see the jet deepens, and an associated storm that I showed you should be right in the middle of that, but it's a long way out. Okay, take a look at the surface charts. Here's that low pressure bringing us in our near warning level swell. It's trailing front. That will be, models are conflicted, but it will be reaching the western portion islands, Kauai and Oahu, Saturday or Sunday, and then they don't know whether it's going to stall over Maui or over the Big Island. We'll just wait and see if they come into agreement, but we are looking at trade winds to get back here after this frontal passage this weekend. And there's the next high pressure moving east into the picture. There's that low pressure way off by the Kurils that I was showing you, bringing us our waves from Monday afternoon. This was the low that brought us on our north swell. It's all right here, hand drawn for you. Again, this is showing that high pressure right over the islands with this associated ridge in the front nearing the islands, and thus no trade winds until this weekend after the frontal passage. And guess what? We're back into a southeasterly flow around next Wednesday, according to today's data. The upper regions are showing that it's, fairly stable. You can see the spinner in the upper regions as well as the surface charts that I was showing you. And so it's quite a storm. 18, 20-second forerunners Wednesday afternoon from that spinner. It's got a front on it, but these are features 20,000 feet up, and the drier sinking air in brown. And the storm's obviously showing the moisture in the air. Highs are going to be, they're going to feel like 80, very muggy, cool evenings in the mid to upper 60s. And all in all, we're doing pretty good as far as swell goes. If you compare it to the rest of the planet, there's the southerly flow to today's winds. This is going to stick around through Friday minimum, but it's still very dry. And there you go. We'll be back next week with your local swell tracker. Thanks for clicking in. Aloha.